Hi everyone, it is Dr. Salima and I am back. Welcome to my channel where we're talking about all things allergy related and related to, I guess, my life. This week's episode is if you have fibroids, is a hysterectomy the right choice? Okay, so a question that I've gotten is, why did I get a hysterectomy for just fibroids? And I will honestly tell you that if I thought it was just fibroids, I probably would have not gotten the hysterectomy because I would have been too scared of the surgery. And I ended up getting the surgery because we weren't sure if it was a fibroid or a mass of something else because of how fast it actually grew. That being said, in hindsight, if I share a little story with you, I should have known it was a fibroid. So typically fibroids will present with heavy bleeding, sometimes with pain, pressure. A lot of women actually get worked up or diagnosed as having fibroids as they're trying to go up an infertility workup because they're having trouble conceiving. Over the last 6 months before I got diagnosed with my fibroids, I was having heavy bleeding. And this was, I should have known, oh my gosh, I have fibroids. I mean, I'm a doctor, I should have known, but I didn't even think about it. I thought it was my IUD. I was blaming all these other things. But to share a little story, I was bleeding like I was killing something inside of me. I mean, every month it was my flow with large clots, and it was actually impairing my quality of life. I remember being at work and every 90 minutes having to go to the bathroom to change either the tampon or the pad. A horror story here. One day we were going into a very fancy hotel in Laguna Beach. And as I'm pulling up into the driveway, and luckily I only had my 3 girls in the car, all of a sudden I feel like a gush of blood, and I just knew I had just seeped right through. And I quickly took the car and I bolted out of there, and my girls were like, what's going on? What's going on? And I got up and I was like, pulled over, grabbed a shirt, a sweatshirt that I had and tied it around my waist. And, but time and time again over the last 6 months before I got diagnosed, this is what was happening. And so had I been told, oh, this is just fibroids, I would have been like, I'm not, millions of women had fibroids. I'm not going to go perform surgery because I was too scared for it. I had also become anemic, heavily anemic. My hemoglobin was like in the 9s. I was constantly tired. I was on iron. I was constipated from the iron. But because there was a lack of clarity on what I had, I was like, okay, we're taking this out. And I ended up with a hysterectomy, which was the best thing I ever did. Of course, it ended up just being a very large fibroid, but, my quality of life has drastically improved. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching, I have no longer a period, which is just amazing. I mean, think about it. From the age of 12, when the average girl is menstruating, 1 week out of every month, it is complete and utter hell. And so I feel just great. And I'm no longer anemic. I'm no longer on iron supplementation. I can wear white whenever I want. No, just kidding. But it's great. But getting a hysterectomy, you have to understand it may not be the choice for you because it is your baby's house, right? So if you have to be completely done having kids if you're going down this pathway, because once the uterus is out, there's no place for you to have a baby. So that's my little spiel on, hysterectomy and whether it's the right choice for you and your uterine fibroids. Of course, there are other options before you get down to the hysterectomy. I can only speak on what I've gone through, and my sort of plea is, I know there's so many women out there that are thinking about getting a hysterectomy. They're done having kids and they don't want to be dealing with this every single month. However, they are scared of the surgery. And all I'm saying is the surgery was actually not as painful as I thought. In fact, my C-section was more painful than the actual fibroid surgery, hysterectomy. And I am very, very grateful and thankful that I ended up, having the surgery. And so I am just sharing my experience. If you have any questions, you can find me here. You can leave a comment. Like this if you like it, because then I can do more. Or you can also find me on Instagram as Dr. Salima. Until next week, have a great week.